Ladies and gentlemen, from the Microsoft Theater here in downtown Los Angeles, brought to you by Shawn Porter Promotions.
Everyone's like, how did you say that? He got robbed. And it's like, I said like 3 times in that that he got robbed. I'm acknowledging that. But
Yeah, that was crazy. Good old box.
yeah.
Is this a real thing?
No.
Oh, this is the real.
Oh.
All right.
Damn. I was, we about to go off the hinges.
Welcome to the PorterWay Podcast. Shawn Zettel, Antt with 2 T's, Showtime, Sean P. Let's get right to it. We got a whole lot to get in. What up?
I don't know, man. Where you at? All you do is work.
I'm everywhere.
You don't look that tired though.
Yeah, you don't look tired.
God has blessed me. I have this thing called energy, and it just doesn't go away.
No.
Yeah, made myself my way to Anaheim and
Drove
to work with a legend. Come on, you know I ain't draw that.
Okay, I just do it.
Which legend was it this time, Shawn?
Morrow, man. I got to work with Morrow, man. I've been wanting to work with him for years. It was cool to see him finally. He had mimicked those same sentiments on our production meetings and stuff like that. So, man, we had a good time. I thought that it was a pretty good show. I'm on worst critic, man, but I gave myself an A-. I say that proudly. I thought we had a good time, and we had the other kid, Shawn O'Malley, in with us too. So the 3 of us, man, we sat there calling fights and
Spells his name the right way.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah. Spells his name the right way.
We had a good time though, but
Gotta get Shawn on the show one day. Shout out my man Ricky from IG. Hit me up. I sent you the message. Yeah, I just sent you a message. Don't think like this. Supposed to shake his hand. No. One day we'll get Shawn on the show. But I thought you guys did. That was a nice little play-by-play.
Yeah. We had a good time. We want to just jump into Fanmio.
Yeah.
I don't think
What
I
about
got
the first
anything
one?
else.
What about that?
All right, you know what? I did. I wanted to do this real quick, and I was trying to get Junior Bronny on the show this morning.
Who'd you call?
What do you think I called?
LeBron?
No.
Tyron?
No.
His mama?
Called his mama. You called him. You called him mama.
What'd she
You
say?
called him mama. She was hustling for me. Couldn't make it happen. I said, you want to come on? She was like, no, I'll go.
Are we going to watch him this week?
Let's
pull up.
next week.
We're going next week?
Not next week. We got the
I covered his dad
22nd
yesterday.
and 23rd.
So
I thought they were going to be in Vegas this week.
22nd, 23rd. She just told me today.
Okay, we going?
Yeah, we going.
You going too?
yeah, I'll be covering it. So
Damn.
I covered his dad
LIV.
yesterday at the Team USA practice. It was their first practice here in UNLV, here in Vegas. They Team USA basketball.
Okay.
LeBron holding court, being the captain with Embiid and Booker and Curry and everybody.
You been in the same room with a lot of NBA players like that before?
Yeah, but this is a different level. It's Team USA, so
Team USA, Team
yeah, it's awesome. Yeah,
That's fine as I tell. There's nothing to him.
yeah.
Are we going to win?
Yeah.
Damn, this is Hey, he is American. He's American like
We
me.
had some struggles.
Yeah.
in
No.
The time we won had to settle for bronze in 2004. We didn't send the best team possible.
Yeah, very
and
good.
we're sending pretty much the best team you could send over there right
Did
now.
we send some scrubs 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
I don't know, but
lost?
I know they won gold in 2020, 16, 12, 08, 04. They sent like Melo was like in his rookie year, and it was AI and Marbury. Kobe didn't go. Shaq didn't go.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Garnett was on that team.
Shaq and then Memphis would have been crazy.
96.
Oh, he played?
Yeah, 90. He was on the
See,
96
I'm
team.
thinking of Shaq dominant. Like big-
Orlando Shaq was.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking Lakers.
Well,
Yeah.
listen, man, I'm gonna make this quick. I'm
Okay.
gonna make this quick and simple. I from the opening bell, I said that this was not gonna be just a boxing podcast. I'm not just boxing. Neither are the guys that are with me. Obviously, Carson was here at that point in time, and I truly feel like my spirit is telling me that now's the time for us to start crossing over a little bit. I'm not leaving boxing behind, y'all. However, we're gonna start bringing some other. We've already brought in other entertainers and stuff like that, but we're going to do it a little bit more. And we're going to spend a little bit more time, next NBA season, watching Bronny and LeBron do their thing together. I think that's remarkable. I think that's special. And that's why I really wanted to open the show just real quick, saluting first LeBron James for even making it to this point in his career to be able to play with his son. I think that's remarkable. You talk about his health. You talk about him playing at a high level where people actually still care about him. This is his 21st season?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Last year was 20.
I think this is his 21st season, and people still care about him as a player. He hasn't completely faded out. And there's a couple of other ball players in the league right now that ain't even rearing 15 seasons, and they're fading to black, you know what I mean? And then on top of that, I mean, we saw how the draft worked out, and Bronny ends up going over there to LA, and I just feel like this is a special thing that needs to be celebrated. Let's not focus on how he got there. Let's not focus on who's better than him and who deserved to go, so on and so forth. First of all, like, look at the fact that LeBron James has played at this high level for this point at this long and still can play at this level and invite his son onto a team with him. I just think that that's remarkable. And I said, man, they better not mess around and win no ring. This is I'm pretty sure this is the only time we're going to see a father-son duel in the NBA.
Don't say that.
I'm quitting.
Anything's possible.
Done. This is the first and last that we'll see.
You only got about 40 more summers. You might not see it.
Yo, you crazy. You wild for
In our lifetime.
My hips got about 40 more summers. About it. But no, and I think, again, man, just to see them make it to this point together, I think is amazing. So I wanted to celebrate that real quick.
Some people hate it, but it's like at the point when 10, 20 years when Zytel Media Group and Shawn 10, 20 years when he's getting ready to retire, hey, if he give it to his son, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's why I worked hard for.
Yeah.
If my plumbing company's that big, I want to give it to my son over a qualified somebody else. That's what I work hard for. Same with Shawn Porter. This is what I do it for. It's not for my son to keep starting over.
Yeah.
No.
If he's really not cut out for the NBA, then it won't work. But his dad's getting him the opportunity to try it. So.
And the fact of the matter is we will never see this ever again. This is the first and last. So.
Somebody said that about King Griffin and his dad.
Yeah. So, hey.
I love it. It's beautiful. I like it.
I love it. So, I just wanted to celebrate that real quick. And I talked to Mama James this morning. I said, I'm still going to talk about it. She said, go ahead, do your thing. So, I just wanted to salute the James family and congratulate them. Bronny going to LA Lakers.
What about you should hit Tyron up? He's one of the coaches.
Lou.
Yeah, he's one of the coaches. You know, that's our guy.
Yeah.
Neighbor.
Lou might be home. So Lou might end up in here sometime soon as well, man. I'm serious about this. We're gonna start doing some other things, diving into some other sports and just enjoying it and showing y'all who we are and what we do.
You also can't teach a 40-inch vert, which Bronny does have. Especially if he can
I didn't know that.
and if he can if he can commit him, because at first he's probably not going to shoot a high percentage from the field. I think he went like 2-9 in summer league. It's just summer league, but he's probably not going to shoot a high percentage early on. So if he can use that athleticism, make an impact on defense, he could contribute to the Lakers. And again, you can't teach athleticism. He's a really good athlete.
There it is.
Yeah,
there it is.
Wish the kid nothing but the best, man.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure on him.
Yeah.
Pressure make diamonds.
Yeah.
Or bust pipes. Which one you gonna be?
I'm busting pipes. That's what I do. Let's get the
means
Fanmio real
that's
quick.
a bad thing.
Oh.
You made it sound good though.
Yeah, I made it sound.
Let's
get the Fanmio real quick. What y'all think about the fights last night on Fanmio? Good time?
Go ahead, because fight of the night. What we had? The Zone, Top Rank, Fanmio.
Yeah, a couple of the, real quick. It's more of a shout out to Curmel. He did his thing.
Okay, go ahead, do your thing, because I got something else.
It's important to touch on him.
Yeah. We got to touch on him. He did his thing. He really, what I'm seeing from him is, being in this space, growing up in this space, a lot like Bronny, he's going to be more ready for things that some other guys, kids, 18-year-olds might not be ready for at this level.
He's always fighting on big cards.
Yeah, at this point, might not be ready for it, So his experience has gotten him to this point. I actually thought that Buzolin was going to take a lot of punishment, but this kid put the punches in the right place. And again, at 18 years old, to see him doing that is kind of unique.
Well, he's beautiful combinations. What were we gonna say?
Oh, no. When I seen 9 and 8 and 1, I knew.
Yeah.
He put his punches together beautifully.
Yeah.
Fast, sharp, accurate, power. He has power.
Yeah.
And just very explosive, good athlete, and that's a grown ass man's body in an 18-year-old's body. I mean,
He got some growing to do.
He does still, but
that's
that's the scary part.
Yeah.
Because he's already physically stronger than some grown men
Yeah.
in his weight class
Yeah.
and hitting like a grown man, and there's still at 18 so much upside to go. Basically, I got nothing but good things to take away from him in his first couple of fights. The biggest, I guess, thing he's gonna have to navigate is his size. In that, I just got done talking about how strong he is, but Shawn, short arms and navigating the distance against long arm, not against normal long arm guys. He's gonna get inside and do his thing, and tear it up. But against skilled, talented guys like himself and Abdullah Mason down the road, who looked amazing, just like he did. They both are great prospects. But against someone like that, the biggest issue for him is just going to be navigating the distance.
Yeah.
Because he's a shorter guy. Tank's figured it out.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I figured it out.
I got no
Neither do I.
no concerns about him. I see he uses the feints really well, and he uses his front hand. He uses the jab. And we all know that you're between your feet and the jab and the head movement, depending on your fighting style. That's pretty much what you need to close the distance, to rip off your combinations, to mix that speed and that power. So, I said this before. This is only his fourth fight. There's only so much you can say about him right now, but he got the crowd going, and again, when you got Floyd around you, it makes it a little easier for you to get the crowd going. You know what I mean? I remember early on,
big time.
Early on in my career, though, when I wasn't fighting in front of people that didn't know, when I wasn't fighting in front of people that knew me, it was just like it took a couple of rounds. For him, it was like right off the bat. He's fun, he's exciting, he's flashy, fast. I was all those things as well, but it took a round or two for people to like, man, this kid is really getting down. He comes out the gate doing it. He's that guy. You know what I mean? But we just need take your time, and they're gonna move him right.
Well, he's the foundational piece of the rebuild for Mayweather Promotions.
Absolutely.
And, like when Floyd gets on a mission with a fighter, he's gonna take him somewhere. And he's got the asset that has the skill and the talent to be taken somewhere. And win the fights. And he's one of the best prospects in the sport now. He's not a
call him a prospect already with 4 fights.
Well, yeah. What else will we call him? I guess.
A rookie. He's still a rookie.
Rookie. Oh, yeah. So not even that. Okay.
Yeah. I still think. I mean, let's be respectful.
Right.
He's still a rookie.
Right.
What? Another 2 or 3 more fights. 6-0, 7.
I like that. I never heard you got to earn prospect stat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't mean to force everybody because this is what I came through. Everybody else has to go through it, but at the same time, you do have to understand that. He's really good, but Abdullah Mason is a true prospect.
Right, 14-0 already.
With
right,
true experience. Yeah. If you're calling him a prospect at 4-0, then you got to be calling Abdullah Mason a contender at 14-0, where he'll probably be rearing.
But there was levels to the prospect game.
But he'll
what I mean?
He spent some time there. Yeah, he spent some time there. Shit, you know more than I do about that. But
that's one of those things. Don't put too much. The kid's not Tank Davis. A lot of people comparing him because Floyd built up Tank and whatever. Tank is a generational talent. Who knows if the kid gets there? He may not. Let the kid just
kid work hard.
Let the kid the kid
work hard.
The kid is stuck between the Tank and Floyd thing. He don't even say nothing. My girl's like, is he going to talk? I'm like, nah, that kid don't even say nothing. He just works.
Yeah.
He's kind of stuck.
He works hard, and then we'll end it with this. But when you talk about Tank being a generational talent, I feel like when Tank was an amateur, when Tank was coming up, and even when he turned, Tank is truly a generational talent. He's really, really talented. He's really, really gifted. But there could be.
We'll see around 20 fights.
Yeah.
15, 20.
Could be
He has power, but not Tank's power.
Yeah.
When he was young. Yeah.
It ain't just about the power. It's just And
well, I just said don't compare him to Tank. What y'all doing?
No, I'm not. Okay. I'm just saying you see a lot of guys with raw ability, like Kid Austin, raw ability. He's talented, but in some different ways. It's raw. He needs to be polished up a little bit more. This kid ain't raw, but he ain't. You know what I mean? He's good though. He's good.
Yes.
He's good.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what he gonna look like in another year. He gonna look all right in another year.
Two guys that was not as polished.
Yeah.
But gave us one of the best fights of the night.
Oh man.
Vargas versus Shawn spelled right Garcia.
Garcia.
And was it is middle child of the Vargas?
Nah, he's the middle child.
This Fernando Jr.
AFB.
Yeah.
Hey, that was sweet. I ain't know he went by that.
Yeah,
I like that.
changed it.
Oh,
yeah.
that's new.
He changed it.
okay.
Yeah, his dad was calling him something else. I can't think of what he was calling him. I asked him about it, and then he came. He was on his way out, and I said, "Hey, real quick, what your ring name?" Hey, Shawn, let me tell you. Gives this big long explanation. His dad gave him the nickname. He didn't really dig it, and so he said, "Man, I'm my own person. I'm gonna go with AFV." And he came out blazing.
Man, body work. I mean, guy didn't make weight.
Yeah.
Been out the ring forever. He fought a smart fight, and he stuck to it. I know everybody talks about the family and how the talent level, who's good, who's not. But I love how he stuck to the game plan. Listen to his dad. I'm like, this kid is body work. And it's like, eventually I'm going to get you out of there.
Shawn had flashes of some serious stuff. He couldn't get the space to be him. But if he had some space? I mean, that was a great game plan because if Shawn had some space, he would have been ripping off some stuff. Shawn got some skills.
Yeah, but I agree. I actually think he's more skilled than Amado Vargas. But you could just tell by the positioning and the balance they both have. Like Amado, like shout out to Amado, but a lot of it was kind of sloppy work. It was clubbing shots to the body. It wasn't like he was placing them right under the elbow. But Amado was in shape. Basically, that's what won him to fight. Garcia couldn't trust his conditioning. He was soft, and like you said, he immediately said, "That belly's soft. I'm going to touch it over and over again." He kept threatening with the high guard, Shawn Garcia. Any minute now, that snap, that Garcia hook that me and my brother have is going to come out.
Man. I wanted to see more.
But he waited. By the time he waited,
that's my boy. But I wanted to see more of that hook because they got a special hook.
I think he was waiting on it and setting it up, and then by the time. He let so much time go elapse where he's getting his body touched, and now I'm not in shape. Oh wait, I'm tired now. And now I can't, So
that's game planning. You know, they knew Amado from the amateurs, and I'm pretty sure they've seen Amado. If they looked at any film, you know Amado's coming straight at you. The game plan should have been use his feet, use his jab, and don't allow himself to get hit and banged on, and that pretty much broke him down.
He should have came in shape.
Your point, though, to the point when I walked into the room, you was talking about his heart. That joint right there, I was like...
Hey, Shawn, hats off to you, bro. Yeah. Your body wanted to quit.
Yes.
Your heart would not let it.
In his pedigree.
Yeah.
He was a good amateur. He fought guys like Bam in the amateurs, you know? Like, so it's like, I can't go out like that.
Yeah.
That's not who I am.
Yeah.
But,
Shawn Porter was not happy about the stoppage.
No.
I seen Shawn.
Really?
Yeah, he was. I was like, hey, it's over. Shawn Porter was not happy.
He wasn't happy about
He
the
said, you
stoppage.
never know what happened.
Yeah, I just, my thing, and that's like I
hook.
said, man. I said this on the air.
He wanted to see the hook.
Respect.
He just wanted to see it land once to see what happened.
Respect to the California Commission, but I just felt like sometimes you gotta let the fight play itself out. Sometimes, no.
Did you see one time at the end of the round he got hit right with the ring with the bell rung?
He said, yeah. He said, yeah.
Oh, you heard it?
Yeah.
You heard him say,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, cool.
He said the mouth opened up and everything.
Shawn just like, I didn't see the hook land yet.
What?
I didn't see
You was there. I think you probably seen what I seen. Did he throw up after the first round?
Didn't see that. And they didn't go to the corner.
I was live, and someone they were in my live stream telling me that he did that, but I didn't see it.
So he wouldn't sit down. His dad's like, sit down. He's like, sit down, and went right to the bucket.
Damn.
And that was after the first round.
Yeah. Man, listen, that's another thing too, man. If he gets himself together and continues to train, I would get active. I truly would encourage Shawn, get active, stay in the gym, get you 2 fights, and then come back for this. He's coming away from a lot of different things, and on top of everything, we already know everything that's around him. He's not far enough away from all that to be able to perform, which is why we see him throw up after the first round.
Get away from Ryan. Go start your own career. Do your own thing. Ryan Ryan has his life, his career. You have your career. You got talent. I didn't know you was that good. I'm gonna be honest, Shawn.
You can see it.
I never knew you was that good, but I see like you got something. But just I know you're always with your brother, whatever. But just, if you could just focus and locked in on your career, you got something.
Yeah, he, while we're saying all that, and then we'll move forward. I could tell from talking to him that he doesn't have a direction in the ring. You can't force a fighter to fight. As much as we want him to keep training, create that space, that needed and necessary space, and get active as a fighter. If he doesn't want to do that, if he doesn't even know whether or not he wants to do that, it's not going to happen.
Remember, he retired for a time
to
be a trainer.
He just doesn't have direction, and this game ain't for everybody. You could be that good, kick my brother. You could be that good, in the game just is not for you. The demand is just too much,
It is.
But I want to see more of him.
What was Ryan doing before the fight? You seen him arguing with the Vargas?
I didn't know if we were going to discuss the Ryan stuff.
We'll let it go.
We get to it at the end. But Amado did his thing. You're right. Not the most aesthetically pleasing.
Stuck to the game plan. I love it.
But he did what he had to do. You keep improving him and get him in the ring with figures. You know what I mean? It's okay. Like, this is where boxing is at now. It's okay for him to ride a different wave than his other brothers.
Than the traditional wave.
Let's be honest. You don't have those same unique qualities as his brother does. Play to the qualities. You know what I mean? You're not gonna put a comedian in a serious role. That's not his thing. Put him in the comedy film and let him do his thug thizzle. Put him in the ring with somebody that, is at that same level, and let him do what he do.
Also, Garcia, when he did start to open up, because he felt that, like, okay, I gotta go. He didn't hit Amado.
Yeah.
Amado, it may not have looked pretty at all times, but defensively, he couldn't catch him. There was that one time he styled on him and then turned around and did a dance.
He did the Michael Jackson. I go crazy over that.
Yeah.
Shawn got in an argument about Michael Jackson.
No, get an argument. I just started singing.
Yeah, they have to get Shawn back. Get Shawn back in the car. All right, what we got next? Pettis.
Yeah, Pettis and the Villa. We
Mosley and Jacobs.
All right. Hey. Guy got smoked. His guy got smoked by my guy. I don't give a fuck about y'all in my DMs talking about, whatever. Daddy shouldn't have showed up. Shout out to my man Shane.
Okay, Shane, that's clean.
Hey, if you
Quincy. Shout out to my man. His strength. Quincy, man. That's my guy. He working with Coach Wade, one of Coach Wade's guys.
Everybody on that picture, except for Shane Sr. and except for his manager, too, I feel like everybody else was looking at me like, what you going to say tonight? What you going to say tonight?
Yeah, I see.
What you going to say tonight? Everybody.
What Shane said to you?
I didn't catch it. I had my headphones on.
He said something referring like...
I think he was talking about the game plan or something like that, right?
Something about, he said chances. I think he said something to you. I caught it in the moment.
It's like, yo.
Why you doubting him? Why you doubting my man, man?
You said downing or doubting?
Doubting him.
I'm not doubting Shane.
Okay.
I told you.
Because I was getting pissed off at you.
Clear this up.
Like, my man gets some ish off, and they like, and you're like, but then he landed back. They're like, Shawn, but he got hit back with I'm like, Shawn, what the fuck you doing, man?
I don't know what I was doing. This shit was just happening. It don't happen often, but it was happening last night.
You wanted didn't come out.
Honestly, no, listen. The Danny and the Shane that I wanted didn't come out. And you know that I've had this issue with Shane for a long time. And this is also what created this sort of biased perspective that I had during the commentary. Shane is capable of doing twice as much as he did last night. And against a guy who ain't as game as he could have or should have been, so on and so forth, I felt like Shane, even though he performed, he didn't underperform, but he just could have done more. And I'm not saying that he just didn't do.
But I was thinking, I don't know if Shane game plan. I mean, same thought as we had. It's like you're in there with a veteran.
After the fight,
I do enough just to get the victory.
One of them walked past me.
How it could go.
One of them walked past me last night. Was like, he stuck to the game plan. I'm like, yeah, but what was the game plan? The game plan should have been to separate yourself from this guy. Get him out of there. That's how you make a statement.
You're right. But
Jacobs is dangerous.
No,
you in a firefight?
100.
No, but
Danny wasn't about to do no firefighting last night.
but he was trying.
We've seen him in the past do that, but not now.
But it's like two things could be true at the same time. I agree with you, Shawn. Like if you're good enough to do it, then make it happen. Make the statement.
That's all I'm saying.
But at the same time, Jacobs, who like didn't have his speed, he was sluggish. When we had him on, when we had him on a week ago, the question I asked was about like what's the hunger at this point? Because you've made a lot of money already and done good.
Yeah.
And it's because he's been middleweight champion. He's made a lot of money. He's beat cancer. Like the hunger just ain't there like it once was when he needed to become champion and all that. But Shane, part of why he might not have really stepped on the gas is he might have looked at it as getting too greedy, and that's how you'll get caught. Because Jacobs, who's not as fast as he used to be, but he's still a veteran, and he still definitely looked like he had more power than Mosley Jr. Mm-hmm. But he's a step behind because he's older and sluggish and slower. So he might, if Shane tries to get him out of there, that's that extra second of opportunity that Jacobs needs to hit him, to get him with something. And instead of you winning the fight by decision, now you gave Jacobs the one chance to win by knockout. But you have to be willing to take those chances to really make a statement.
Yeah. That just kind of, when it comes to Shane Mosley, I've been in the ring with him and I've seen his best even outside of the ring, not being across from him. And I just think that he's capable of throwing more punches. He's capable of landing sharper, crisper shots and looking better than he looks. And I don't mean to knock him, but that's kind of what came out last night. It was like,
my God.
It was like a mixture of wanting to see DJ do well. And
DJ ain't that guy no more.
He ain't the guy no more.
It was hard for you to swallow that pill last night.
Yeah, then on top of that, seeing, this is what I said to them. I said this to both these guys. I told this to DJ on the show. I said, you guys are the same to me. You tell me what you think. And I said the same thing to Shane. I feel like you guys are very similar. What do you think? And they both gave the response you would expect. And, I'm going to do something different on this, on that. I really wanted Shane to separate himself from DJ and, show that he was the superior fighter. Show that he was the better fighter. Show that he was the more prepared fighter, the more hungrier fighter, but he didn't show that he was superior last night. There's a difference in that word, superiority. There's a difference in that word, and I just wanted to see that.
And it's like sometimes, if you're getting a victory, go ahead and get the victory. I remember Mickey Hay? Mickey Bay was fighting John Molina and got clipped in the 10th round because he wanted to turn up for no reason. Yeah. And lost that was a big opportunity in his career. Yeah. So sometimes you got the victory, get the victory, get the hell. I don't need to. That ain't my problem. You figure out a way. Mm-hmm. But Shawn, I was just, back to Danny. I was just like 2 rounds in. I'm like, okay, he's just studying, pulling in that knowledge, that veteran. 4 rounds in, I'm like, all right, he ain't trying to gas out. 6 rounds in, I'm like, oh, he ain't got it.
Yeah.
He ain't got it no more.
In the first round, I could see he had that mental clock.
Shawn said, look at his eyes. His eyes is locked in. I said, shut the fuck up. Yeah. But what are you talking about, Shawn? I've seen you looking at me like that, laughing, and go over there and try to kill somebody.
Looking at you, like I'm looking right now.
I don't care about your eyes. What your eyes? I don't care. I played football at some of the second highest level, and I've seen people. I said, bro, I don't care about intimidating you looking at me.
My job as a commentator.
You were trying.
Is to convince people that something is gonna be something that it's gonna be good.
He said 3rd round in. Somebody's eyes, I don't even know. The eyes adjusted.
I said the eye. Yo, I never said that, yo. Yo, he just said in the 3rd round, Shawn said his eyes changed.
I don't know what you was talking about, Shawn.
Yo, that's crazy.
Hey, shout out to Danny. What Danny's done?
What?
He's
it's the end of the road.
He said, let's make this clear.
Just, I thought, like, to put it real short for both fights, Vargas beat Garcia because of conditioning more than anything else. And Mosley Jr. beat Jacobs because of youth more than anything else.
Last thing I'll say is I thought a part of that game plan should have been pushing that youth, making DJ feel it. And to your point, you're right. But you got to see it. If you get into a firefight with someone like Daniel Jacobs, he is dangerous. But you couldn't read that, he's not here for a firefight. If you couldn't see that, but you only see that if you throw it. There wasn't this double jab right hand and coming right back and really forcing it and upping that tempo to see what was gonna happen. I get it. You stuck to the game plan, but part of the game plan should have been exposing your youth. So
You're right. What 9-10 rounds?
he called out Lara, and he told me a long time ago that he wants
Yeah,
Lara.
he been
So
telling me Lara.
I really hope he gets that fight.
Yeah, me too.
Fighters don't get what they want.
Yeah.
He ain't budging
He's a
off
free
that
agent
fight.
now.
Yeah, he ain't
He's a free
budging off
agent
that
as of
fight.
today.
He could beat Lara
Yeah,
because
Yeah,
Lara's older.
yeah. Shane gets Lara.
But he's gonna get hit with the left hand a lot by Lara because Lara's really good with
Defense
the
about
left
to be
hand.
tight in
Yeah,
that fight.
But if he could take the left hand to Lara, you got to
can take a
fight.
shot,
Yeah, if he could take it consistently and
He can
because
take a punch.
he's got the length and the speed to touch Lara back.
He can take a punch.
And he's younger. Again, just like he did with Jacobs, he's younger.
Yeah,
So
take a punch.
Yeah.
And maybe unify with Janabek. 160.
Janabek's fighting next week.
yeah,
Yeah,
He would take care of business.
yeah.
It's not a super-
He wants to be undisputed, man.
160.
it's not a super strong division right now. I do think Janabek's the
Going
best.
to get that undisputed.
Yeah.
That's what he want. Going to get it. Now's the time. Now's the
Yeah,
time.
go ahead. Yeah, it's all about moments.
The main event: Diaz and Masvidal.
My stream went out.
Yeah,
so.
we lost you for about a couple of rounds.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? It might have been longer because I watched it another.
Listen, and then we'll move on. But rather than break it down and all that kind of stuff, because there's really not much to break down. Let's just
Was it a robbery?
No.
Okay.
The A side got the benefit of the doubt.
It was
You
quality
see more than we seen.
Yeah.
and quantity.
Uh-huh.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
And it
Diaz
seemed-
bringing the quantity.
It just seemed like the quantity was brought, but
Yeah,
the quantity, yeah, and it just seemed like the judges like the quantity,
They really
It's what
love
it
him.
is. Yeah,
Like there was
that's
like
it.
10,000 people there. Nate Diaz.
he's gonna go
I know
for
he fought McGregor 3 times.
I feel like you
shit.
fighting
Yeah.
Shawn in
They
New York.
reported
Yeah.
18,040 people there, so I looked up. It was full, and I felt like it was probably for the safety of Showtime, Shawn Porter. The best interest was for Diaz to win this fight because I don't want to be down in the room with the commission for 2 hours again like we did when we was in New York. Remember when it went down in New York? But I said rather than break down the fight, you got two 39-year-olds that are coming into a different sport that we've seen them both be successful using boxing for the sake of words, but it's just a little bit different when you don't have anything else to look at. And this is what I said on the air. These MMA guys, when they're coming to boxing, they have to get actual boxing coaches because MMA coaches and other coaches that don't specialize in boxing, they're not showing you how to deliver the punches correctly and turning with the hips and things like that. We got nothing but arm punching last night from these guys, but it was what it was. They threw over 1,000 punches in the entire fight. And again, at 39 years old, with the kind of mileage that both these guys got
Mileage.
I mean,
Especially on
mileage
Diaz,
mileage.
who
Yeah.
got the win, but
Yeah.
man,
We always know. I've been noticing about 5 years his mileage.
yeah.
He got 2014 Cadillacs in the car in the fight last night. So that's a lot of mileage. Let's move on to the zone real quick.
Willie Zepeda.
William Zepeda and Giovanni.
This my man
Cabrera.
that fought Pitbull. Right?
Yes, and went 12. And went 12 with
Yeah.
Pitbull. But Styles make fights. Pitbull's so short.
Yeah.
He couldn't. If the guy fighting tall, stand straight up, and he just couldn't. He could. It was harder for Pitbull to close the distance. But head to head, I still think Pitbull would beat Zepeda, even though they're in 2 different weights now. Pitbull is better defensively than Zepeda. Zepeda's really fun to watch. He hits hard. He has good. He's a really good offensive fighter, not a good defensive fighter. You could argue maybe not even decent. Like he gets hit.
Doesn't move his head.
He does, and he gets better as the fight goes on.
Yeah.
You hit him very easily early on.
Yeah.
Then his offense starts to go. Then good luck. I dare you to exchange now. And so he starts getting hit less as the fight goes on, as that avalanche starts to take hold. He's a very good offensive fighter. He's a top 5 lightweight. Don't get me wrong, but he's, I think, the 4th best lightweight in the world, maybe the 5th, because Keyshawn, even though Keyshawn, that'd be a 50-50 type fight.
That's
Yeah.
a 50, and again, when we consider where Keyshawn's at right now, much younger in his career, for that to be 50-50, it says where
Future pound for pound.
Yeah.
I told him that a long time ago. When I seen Keyshawn, but
Well, it's De La Hoya after the fight. I just laughed when I heard the interview. He's there, because he's the mandatory for all 4. He has his pick.
Dang.
He has his pick. He's the undisputed mandatory.
I never heard that before in my life.
Undisputed mandatory.
Damn.
But he's the unified mandatory champion. Sorry. But he has his pick. He could mandate Lomachenko, Tank, who are probably in all likelihood fighting each other next. But Shakur, basically Shakur Baranchik. And De La Hoya, after all these months of why not Zepeda and Shakur? And it's like, why not? Because you're not gonna put him in there with Shakur. And because the smart business move with Zepeda is make him fight Baranchik because he'll beat Baranchik, and now you got a belt to work with, and now you just keep him with the O until the Tank fight, because the Tank fight's the money fight.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You've been doing this so long. You know when promoters are lying to you?
yeah.
Because I could tell.
Yeah, like all the time. I don't take it personally, but I just it's bold-faced lying. They all do it. Yeah, you almost gotta respect it. Like, yeah.
The fighters too. I mean.
Yeah, fighters too.
We all gotta.
Yeah, we all lie.
He lied to you a couple times.
Shawn, I'm sure.
Couple times. I was protecting him though.
Oh, okay. You want to protect you?
I was protecting him.
Okay.
ESPN. They had a lot of work going on. Shout out to Kelvin Davis. Got a close win against Kevin Johnson. Like you said before, Kev.
I thought the fight was closer than they.
I was gonna say, Kev.
Story of Kevin's career, right?
Yeah,
there.
that's what you said.
Yeah, it's hard. He never gets the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Richardson Hitchens fight. Now Kelvin Davis.
130, 135, 140.
Yeah, 140.
How tall is that kid, Kelvin Davis?
Tall.
Is he 5'11", 6?
I think he's 6 feet.
Yeah.
He is long, tall.
And getting better with
Yeah.
Womack.
I don't know if that may be the division that he stays at, because
Right, 147.
yeah, maybe that's a 147 he could fill out and everything there. But yeah, I mean, great kid.
Shout out to
Got
Mason,
fix on.
Abdullah.
Come on,
Best prospect in boxing.
come on, man.
And okay,
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
That dude is good.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
well,
Yeah.
so how Antt earlier
Cleveland.
was saying, like, to be fair to Curmel, don't do the Tank thing right away.
Yeah.
But that's just what we do. Like Floyd Mayweather, they compared to Ray Leonard. He wound up fighting in a totally different style to Ray Leonard. But the compliment was, you look like the next guy, the next great American fighter. He looks like the next great American fighter.
It's done in
There's
every
no-
sport, so
Go
it
ahead.
needs
Yeah,
to be done
yeah.
in our sport as well.
Yeah.
You have to be able to give somebody a premonition and give them a reason to watch. That's why Floyd puts his arm around the young kid Curmel.
Yeah.
I want you to watch this big deal right here. So everybody watches the big deal, So I think it needs to be done even more. I really haven't figured out who I could compare
That's
him
all I
to,
was gonna say.
but I really do
Terrence?
think that he's a lot like Terrence Crawford.
Terrence
Okay, we all
Crawford.
see the same thing. Okay.
Lot like-
He's starting at lightweight. He has a 74-inch reach. Terrence Crawford started at lightweight and had a 74-inch reach. He has the skills to pitch a shutout if he wants, but he wants to knock you out. Terrence Crawford has the skills to shut you out if he wants, but he'd rather knock you out and take those chances. The one he has in his character, like, good luck, guys, in his division and moving forward. He's from Ohio, like Shawn, and he's got, I think he's got 5, including him. There's 5 brothers, the 5 Mason brothers, and the dad, and he's grown up like very devout with Islam with his dad. They're a God-fearing family, right? And so all the brothers and the father, they kind of have this humble, almost meekness to them, right? They're very humble, meek people. And Abdullah has it too. But what's different about him than the rest of the brothers is he has that edge, that meanness, that little bit of cockiness, that little bit of I'm the shit that you need to be that guy. And like Terrence,
That's exactly what separates him from everybody else. Go ahead.
But guess what? He's not going to get gobbled up by any of that cockiness because his brothers and his dad are
His
humble,
foundation.
going to keep him grounded. But
I was the same way. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't voice it anything like that. But my fights were like, always wanted to be the fight of the night. Didn't matter where I was on the card, and I always thought, like, I don't care who you are, what you can do. wait till you get a load of me. You know what I mean? There was a cockiness that I had in the ring against Keith Thurman, which is why I ran into a couple of shots. Because I felt like, I got to get you. You know what I mean?
And he's going to get touched sometimes because he wants to get you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So great comparison right there. Everything that you just broke it all the way down. Abdullah, I think, is probably the best. That when we talk about the future of boxing, he probably is at the top of that list.
You know what his biggest issue is going to be is marketing wise. Will people gravitate to just a really good ass fighter who doesn't have no nonsense to say, isn't gonna chastise and demean his opponent, isn't gonna do nothing too flashy outside the ring? Will people just simply settle for a superb young fighter?
We got Boots next week. I think that's kind of the situation with Boots.
He's struggling to move the needle, right? Even though no one questions the talent, but can he? So
we said that with talent. I mean, with Terrence. Struggle to move
that was kind
of beat his way into
and he will too.
Everybody,
but right.
He had to beat his way in, and it just took a lot of time. Keyshawn Davis, I thought, had the best performance of his career at this point.
Dog. We seen that dog that he always talk about.
Yeah.
I was loving it. Hey, my man can't. What's the dude name, man?
Miguel Medueno.
Whatever that was. My man did not stop. I'm like, he got a chin strap on?
Yeah.
Like, under that beard? Like, it was just great fight. I mean, the ref got punched. You know it's a great fight when the ref get punched.
Right.
Somebody almost got body slammed.
Right.
I didn't think we was going to make it to the end of the fight.
Man, we had a couple points, man. I was like, what we doing now? Once Medueno picked him up, I said, oh boy.
Keyshawn DDT'd him?
Yeah. So, oh boy. But we made it to the end. And the thing that I was most concerned about, what was going to happen when the last bell rang.
You was happy when they hugged you?
Oh, boy. I said,
we get home.
Yeah.
I was like, please hug.
Yeah.
No, yes.
But could have went left. Yeah.
I mean, that was clean.
Yeah, man.
That was clean. Styles make fights. You know what I mean? This guy really didn't have nothing else to challenge Davis. But it's like I always say, when they put somebody in front of you, it don't matter who they put in front of you. You got to do what you do well and what you got to do. And he did that. You know what I mean? Really just showed up and showed out.
Yeah, hit the guy with some incredible shots. Shout out to my man. He took shots and just kept coming. And you need those type of fights. That fight will get him through a moment in the world title fights. Mm-hmm. And it's just Keyshawn, I always say he's going to be pound for pound one day. The kid is skilled out this world. Talk it outside the ring.
Vibrant personality.
A bully.
Yeah.
I love it. Mean. Want to embarrass you. He's a killer.
Yeah.
But can smile.
Keep improving.
And
don't get too cocky.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because, at some point when they do shift and they got a more offensive guy with better weapons, can't be too cocky. You know what I mean? So, but that's a part of his.
Can't take those shots he was taking versus a killer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, what I love too, and he has when he gets going and puts his combinations together, he has a unique, creative, dynamic offense, and he has a unique trajectory to some of his shots, right? The way he, sometimes he'll throw a half uppercut, half hook with the right hand, sweep it like this. He has that beautiful little dip, little short uppercut. He gets real creative with the trajectory on those shots.
I think he is who he already was, but I truly do think that this Bomac school, this Terrence Crawford school, it really just it's like it splashes on him and you start to see some of those, the way he changes the trajectory of the shots, the angles that he throws them at. Those are like really unique ways of throwing punches and you get that uniqueness from being in the Bomac camp and the Terrence Crawford school.
Just so that it's not, there's still to get some critiques out, of course, from the guy that's just sitting on the couch, but he still got to tighten some things up if he's going to get to where Antt's talking about, the elite of the elite. No doubt in my mind he's going to be a world champion, but if he's going to get to the elite of the elite,
pound for pound.
He did a whole lot of beautiful upper body movement, but there were holes in it. A little bit like Jared Anderson at heavyweight, where you like the reflexes, you like the flexibility with the upper body, but the chin's a little exposed, and these guys aren't taking advantage of it. But it's got to tighten up against better guys. And then
that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Right. And then little things like Medueno was able to get on the back in straight lines sometimes, or the moment when he'd take the angle to get out of the back door, it would come kind of late, you know. Like whereas O'Shaquie Foster, who didn't get the decision, he was great at. All I need is a half step back, and now I'm lateral. Yeah. And you're not going to get me to keep going back in straight lines and just little, you know.
The small, and then we'll move on. But the small little difference there is Shaquie has just worked it for so long. When you see it for Keyshawn, you see it but it happens like a half second slow, just that split second slow. It's because he's still in training mode. He's still, it hasn't become a part of his muscle memory where it just happens. You know what I mean? So again, we see him growing right in front of our eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, watch these young guys, man. We get to see them rise. We get to see them the evolution. And I saw evolution last night, man. I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
I know he keeps saying he wants T.O. I don't want him to face T.O. right now. Just because you got T.O. have one of them T.O. nights, and you just never know. T.O. get one of those nights.
And T.O. would have a night against somebody like him. Yeah. Somebody that he got to rise to the occasion.
And I know he feels like he wants it, but it's just over time. But yeah, you know, T.O. can have a night and look like.
Last thing I'm going to say, because when I know he's calling everybody out, I'm ready for
everybody. Tank.
Trust me. 2 years go by, and he going to be able to look back and be like, I thought I was ready, but I'm actually ready now. Yeah. Take your time. Conceicao and Foster.
I watched a little bit of this. A Shane fight was going on at the same time. My responsibility was. But when I was watching what I seen, it looked like Foster won with ease. Mm-hmm. What y'all see?
Well, I definitely thought he won. Definitely thought he won. Like I thought he was basically a step ahead every round, right? But a step. You know, and the judges for last night wanted to see 2 or 3. You know, they wanted to see something more conclusive. You know, people going by CompuBox, he only landed 11% of his shots. He threw 263 more. And when you're separating yourself by just 2 or 3 clean punches around, some of those judges, your backs, they can only see your back, and you rolled the right hand that Conceicao throw, but to them, they thought the right hand made your head roll that way. They didn't know, you know, they're at a certain angle. They're not watching on TV like us. It's 11 p.m. in Newark, and some of these judges are older, getting maybe a little sleepy.
We have 3 fights going on last night. That probably was the worst judges out of all 3 promotions last night. You never know.
So yes, he won the fight, clearly in my eyes and basically everyone's eyes. But you can't. Like Pernell Whitaker when he fought Ramirez back in the day. That was Whitaker's first L, his only L in his prime, and he clearly won the fight. But Pernell, with the way he fought in the rematch, acknowledged, I gotta do more. Marvin Hagler, when he got robbed the first time he fought for the middleweight title against Vito Antuofermo, Hagler clearly beat him for the middleweight title, but after that fight, he said, these are the judges now. And that doesn't literally mean you have to, now I gotta win every fight by knockout, because you're not gonna be able to do that. But I'm gonna beat this man. That's why Emmanuel Stewart, sometimes guys will be winning fights like Lennox Lewis against Tyson, Jermaine Taylor against Corey Spinks, and you gotta, I need more. I need more. You're not. Shock after the fight, it was one of the easiest fights in my life. I believe you. Maybe it was too easy. You know, like I'm sure Kenny, if you were working out in the gym back in the day, KP, and you said, oh, this is easy. He goes, yeah, that's the problem. I need some more sweat. I need some more work. Yeah. So I think Shock can stop him and beat him in a rematch. And Bob Arum, by the way, if he was going to hop in the ring, he probably should have hopped in the ring for this decision and not Josh Taylor in England. You know, this was a more worthy hop in the ring.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I think Shock deep down knows. And there'd be people out there like, you're part of the problem. You need to just call it a horrible decision and keep it pushing. He did nothing wrong. He deserved to win the fight. But Shock knows deep down I could have done more, and he will do more. All he needs is the opportunity to get the rematch. I really hope he does get the rematch. Yeah, but yeah, it's like Whitaker against Ramirez. In part 2, Whitaker stayed in the pocket more, tore his ass up, and they couldn't take it from him. And that's what he can and will probably do if he can get that rematch.
And don't fight in New Jersey.
The bottom line is, if your phone goes off again while we're doing a show.
No, that's part of the show now.
Is that part of the show now? The bottom line is, and I only got one thing to say about this. You got to get boxers around the ring. People want the judging in boxing to change. It's not going to change. because the people that are around the ring aren't people that have been in the ring. What does that mean? That means they don't truly know what they're seeing. A boxer with their boxer eyes can see O'Shaquie roll a punch, and they understand what rolling a punch is. They understand that they saw the sweat go by, but they understood that he was in control of his body. These judges around the ring, I'm not going to get mad and emotional about that, but the judges around the ring aren't fighters, so they aren't trained. That's all I'm going to say about it. So.
It's a great job for retired boxers. Some don't have the money.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
It's a great job for them. Just put some money in their pocket. A little bit of money, it helps. It goes a long way. I think that's a great idea, Shawn.
And I've been telling y'all for forever. Yeah. I've been working on some stuff. And that's what's going to happen because that's what needs to happen. This something like this. Even in my personal opinion, I said Shakur left every round was just too close.
Left food on the plate.
Just too close. You won that round, but I don't want to have to say, what about, and you're rolling shots. I get what you're doing, but do they? You know what I mean? I got to fight the guy in front of me. I can't be concerned about who's around the ring and what am I doing something that's pleasing to them. You know what I mean? So we got to blame the judging system. We got to blame that. But at the end of the day, Shakur left the fight too close. There was so much more he could have done round in and round out, and he didn't do that. He didn't get the decision. I hated to see it. And I know he'll be back. I hope that the business don't do him dirty and allow him, don't give him the
that they don't go, actually, we're going to let Conceicao fight a whatever fight, and then we're going to let him rematch Valdez Navarrete.
Yeah. Last thing I'll say, because I get mad when I understand what's around the ring, and people are just like, see, this is what I don't like about boxing. This is why I don't watch boxing. It's like, y'all don't know who to blame. So y'all just blame boxing because y'all don't know who to blame. I'm blaming boxing because it's the position that boxing put itself in. But I'm blaming the commission. Boom, it's said. I ain't boxing no more. I can say it. I blame the commission in every single state that does not have boxers around the ring. What do you call it? That's common sense. Mm-hmm. It's common sense.
Correct.
Experienced eyes over rookie eyes.
It's common sense. And how did y'all not think about that by now? You know what I mean? Offer some of these guys that can still operate and move, offer them a job around the ring. They love it. They're getting paid to do it. Yeah. They'll do it. Yeah. Especially when you tell them, you get an opportunity to help change one of the worst parts of this game. You know what I mean? So
where guys leaving the ring with tears in his eyes.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And then the main event, Shakur. I thought Shakur showed up and showed out.
Yeah, won the fight easy.
Look good.
Ring IQ was amazing.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people, a lot of boxers. Half was with him, half was against him. Yeah. I think the ones with the power wanted more. They wanted a knockout, wanted a stoppage. I mean, I wanted a stoppage. I bet the stoppage. But at the end of the day, Shakur's going to do what he do.
That dude is strong.
Yeah. Get up.
Artem Harutyunyan. Yeah, he's not bad. He's not a bad fighter. Yeah. He's smart. He's feinty.
Yeah. We seen him against Frank Martin.
And Martin had to dig deep to not get upset that night.
He was down.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn near lost the fight. Yeah, shout out Shakur, man. Looked good last night. End of the contract. I would have rather you go out with a knockout, just being a free agent, and then.
Is it 100% the end of the contract?
Yeah, it is. And apparently he got. I didn't like. So Shakur's feeling, missed.
This is what people don't know.
The BS.
There's some extension in the contract that he never knew about.
An option.
And I don't want to have the conversation we finna have, and there's an extension that he didn't know about that probably kicked in 2 years ago.
But they said they offered
that kind of shit.
The re-ups, I believe it. Yeah. I believe anything.
Yeah. They offered him a 3-fight deal.
They offered him a 5-fight deal. Okay. So he'd have a $3 million guarantee for 5 fights, $15 million. For now, he's rejected that offer. See what he could get. It's like any other sport. It feels kind of more NFL-ish talking about this.
Yeah. Come on, let's go.
I like it. Let's
go.
Let's put down every option he got. Call Shakur. I want to hear every offer you got. Let's see.
Oh man, I'm kind of lost train of thought there for a second now.
But no, you say you got the five fights.
Yeah, and so to Top Rank's point.
You wanted to go.
Top Rank's point is, these performances aren't exactly making it easy for us to do our job, which is make you the big star. Right. Shakur's point is, well, they're adding to his point by giving him Harutyunyan. This is the best you can. Steve Claggett and Harutyunyan on back-to-back weekends is the best you could produce for your two top American stars. If you gotta do better, you gotta do better. I thought he walked Harutyunyan down in the second half, hurt him to the body. Wasn't able to drop him like Martin was, dominated more than Martin did, but wasn't able to hurt him like Martin did. First half of the fight at times was a little De Los Santos-y, and then in the second half he picked it up more. Shawn, I want to know what you think though. I feel like Shakur, undefeated, excellent fighter, 4-time champion, 3 divisions, excellent fighter. If he keeps fighting the way he fought last night, he's still gonna beat I don't think he beats Tank, but he beats basically everybody else.
That's exactly what I said. Everybody but Tank.
Right. But is there? Did you see the Inside Out 2 movie? I can't. I'm trying to simplify it for everyone.
I did, yeah.
Okay, remember an Inside Out 2? It's okay, kids movie, whatever.
Great kids movie.
Right.
You're trying to play it down right now.
Right.
It's a great movie.
Godfather Part 2 is great.
Wife in there boo-hooing.
But you remember the orange character is the anxiety character, and that anxiety character, it's like. It's not smart to, I'm going to go at it and for the bloodlust of the fans. Like, no, that's kind of what got Devin Haney caught up in the Ryan Garcia fight a little bit, right? Like, I'm not saying do that. I'm not saying appease everyone who wants to see more action. But it looks like, and I want, your take on it as a fighter is part of that anxiety, maybe even a little bit of fear. This is the most brutal game in the world. This is the most brutal sport in the world. And it's holding him back, just a little anxiety from doing all that he can in these performances. There was even more openings for him against Harutyunyan. But what's holding him back is sometimes he's waiting for the perfect shot or he's waiting too much. And what do you think of that, Shawn?
I think it's muscle memory. That's
okay.
what I think.
Okay, yeah.
I think his muscle memory isn't that.
I'm not saying he's scared.
Right.
But
I truly don't think he knows, like, his muscle memory isn't like that turn on, go, get it. He fights off of the back foot in the first half of the fight because that's his muscle memory. That's his style. I counterpunch you. I dictate the pace. There's nothing you can do about it. He's super, super arrogant in and out of the ring. I love it. You know what I mean? Because that creates that hardness that he truly does have. But once he starts to go on the front foot, again, that's not his true makeup. His true makeup is off the back foot. So once he goes on the front foot, there's that arrogance again. I'm here to get you. There's nothing you can do about it. But he's not, I'm coming to get you. He's just, I'm right here. I'm taking it all whenever I see it, whenever I want it. And I think that's the next switch. I don't think it has anything to do with the connection up there more so than it is just him now training to learn how to just go get it and get it done. You know what I mean? He went after it at certain points in the fight, but the muscle memory isn't like my muscle memory was just go, boom, 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 boom. And, I think that's the next step for him with somebody like this is up that punch output, but that's not his muscle memory. That's not his cadence. That's not where he comes from. His cadence is I'm throwing 50 around, but every 45 of them gonna count. You know what I mean? So he's all about the quality. You know what I mean? So I like it. I do. I think that there's always that next gear, and the next gear for him when you decide to go on that front foot, put yourself in position, and when you put yourself in position, keep going. That's something that he's got to train.
Or even the back foot, he's got a great jab.
Yeah.
And when he throws it, he lands it. So, with even off the back foot, more of that jab. Pernell Whitaker, who he's been compared to since he came out the Olympics, had a dominant, busy jab out of the southpaw state. I mean, you could go back and watch. He peppered guys with it, and it set everything else up. And
I think that was his school, too. I think his school was, but even though he was an amazing counterpuncher, his school was everybody threw the jab back in the day.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That was his school. That's what probably more than likely what he saw coming up, what he was trained to do. Well, he saw Floyd coming up. You know what I mean? He saw Andre Ward coming up. You know what I mean?
And studying those guys, those guys were great at taking away the jab. I remember we talked part of why is a bit of their death of the jab, and it's because all these guys grew up studying counterpunchers, and so they're growing up sparring guys in America that are immediately looking for the pull over the jab. And so back in the day, they'd come out in the 80s, 70s matching each other's jabs. Nowadays, they're looking to pull over the top of the jab. Yeah. So you're not getting that we're matching each other's jab, doubling it up 3 times. So
that's how it used to look.
Yeah.
But it's what people liked. You know what I mean? When you see somebody come out pumping their jab, you know it's so much more that's gonna come behind that jab. You know. So at any rate, man, I think that obviously go ahead.
Now I still see till this day I would never be so one-sided on the fight like I was with Earl and Terrence. I was like, there's still a world where he can go up there and beat Tank.
100%. Oh yeah.
It could go up in there. It could look like Terrence versus Earl.
Davis is the favorite right now. Doesn't mean he's gonna win, but if they win the fight, he's the.
I never heard anybody call him Davis. I was like, we're talking about Keyshawn.
He's the favorite right now.
He's the A side.
It's really hard to see him losing to anybody.
Yeah. That's gonna be a tough fight for him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shakur is gonna be tough. It's gonna be boring for a long time. Probably 8-9 rounds are boring. Like, I'm just lawing you.
No, I don't think we're going to see 8-9 rounds of boring.
It's going to be a law. They're both just,
got no clue
their
what that
ring
fight
IQ is just.
Y'all hate me if y'all want to, but I have no clue what that fight going to look like.
Right now,
Shawn, if anybody knows, Shawn knows.
It's the greatest fight to be made in the sport right now.
Yes,
definitely lightweight.
From a standpoint.
I want Shakur to do more because Tank doing his side. Shakur, do a little more to bring yours up too. Tank's over there waiting on you. He's over there waiting on you. I just need you to.
Don't forget how he got there, though. With all respect to Tank.
Oh, yeah.
But he got there with somebody.
I know. It's just can't say anything with Earl. Earl lulled me to sleep.
Jay Prince ain't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you would have just beat him, I would have won my money.
Who's that?
You beat Earl. He would have just. I'm like, he beat Shawn. Nobody can beat Shawn.
How the hell we get to that?
I'm just saying. I'm mad. But go ahead, Jay Prince.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, Floyd being behind you, opposed to Prince being behind you. Prince comes from a different world. Like, Floyd has the boxing world on lock. So anything Floyd says or does, you know what I mean, goes.
What really got Errol going was the Floyd sparring session. It wasn't the Olympics.
Yep, that's what got me. That's why I thought he could beat.
Yeah. It wasn't some fight. It wasn't some.
I'm not mad at Floyd, and I'm not mad at anybody that he puts his arm around, anything like that.
Right.
But we do have to, when you say, Tank did his side. He's doing his side now, and he does his side every single time he goes out there. But I don't know if he would be where he's at.
He got Paul Heyman. He got what's my man's name? Jimmy Hart. He's got Jimmy Hart with him. He's got.
Well, he had me. What's
Paul
this
Heyman, right?
Paul
Heyman.
Yeah. My client Brock Lesnar. He's like my client Curmel Moton.
Jimmy Hart was one though.
Yeah, Jimmy Hart.
I don't know Jimmy Hart.
Bobby the Brain Heenan.
We can keep going. Managers. What was the one with Kane?
Paul Bear.
I'm telling you, man. Just like you just said though about being so one-sided on the fight. Don't be so one-sided either way on this fight, man. It's a true 50-50, man. If anything, what 55-45 at this point?
I would 60-40 for Tank.
You 60-40 in it? I'm 55-45 in it.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm 55-45 in it. Yeah.
But if Shakur shows up and is a little timid, like he was in the first half of this fight,
he ain't timid.
I
thought the way he fight, I'm like, this motherfucker is cocky as hell.
No, he is, but he definitely believes in himself. But if he is a little bit like that, like De Los Santos, Nakatia, first half of this fight, that's why I don't think he will, because it's not going to go well if he shows up like that. Tank's going to make him have to rise to the occasion, and I think he will. And that's why I think you're going to get, like, if they ever fight, a 1990s HBO type fight. People are weary. They're like, no, Shakur's going to make this fight boring. And Tank won't allow. If he's boring against these guys, he's still going to get out of there with a W. If he does it with Tank, it won't happen.
He can't afford to do something like that.
Exactly.
Because Tank is going to play to the crowd. The crowd going to get on his side, and that's going to be a hard thing to get away from.
He's been fighting against the crowd forever. They started booing last night, though.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like, in your own city. Like,
that is crazy.
That was crazy to me. when I that was crazy.
That's your people.
Right. That's like you like you and me. Like people like, yo, why he always hating on you? Like, yeah, it's him. Like, I don't think they was trying to everybody was trying to pull the best out of him.
Yes. But I love like I said, the kid definitely believes in himself, but I understand what you're saying. Started slow. I just never see Tank start fast. He's mostly I'm trying to figure out what you're doing. But my man definitely. They say you don't supposed to fight and admire your work. He admires his work, but he's still doing work.
Yeah, you see, yeah.
I love that about him.
Yeah, me too,
I'm
me
like,
too.
Shakur, what are you doing?
Too.
But he's
Yeah,
still
me too.
fighting. But
Yeah.
when he hit you with something big, he loving it.
Yeah.
And I think that's just years of fighting Terrence Crawford. Because people don't know they've done
I think he been
100 rounds.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like almost a decade.
just admiring his work like that.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. He's got that habit where he opens the mouth up and like wishes his tongue around and just that's what he does. But you know what sucks?
What?
The guy who's gonna bring out everything everybody wants to see from Shakur is Zepeda. He's the one that will do it. Shakur will beat him.
Didn't you say that?
Yeah, but that's why the fight. Like they're not gonna put Zepeda in there with Shakur. But
So
that's
Oscar was lying.
yes. 6 division champ, all-time great.
Yeah.
Totally lied.
Yeah.
So,
Come on, listen, we're going to get up out of here. Yeah. Next week, we got Boots Ennis getting back in the ring on DAZN. We got Janabit getting back in the ring on ESPN. I wanted to shout out my boy Sammy Goodman over there in Australia. He's getting back in the ring against, I believe, a Japanese fighter pretty soon as well. Next week as well. Couple fights for you guys to look out for. I got a couple of people that I need to get on this show. I want you guys to excuse yourselves. We're gonna finish the show with the Hall of Fame.
I got Paper Mario to beat.
There you go. And let's just cut. All right, real quick, we're gonna get to it and then get up out of here for the day. I got a motivational message guest today. I told you I was gonna use it for the motivate my barber. Dre is isn't on the show today. I think you guys have seen him in our barbershop episodes we've done. And one of the I had you in on the studio once upon a time too. Chase with the Hall of Fame. We got to do this, big dog.
Yep.
So we're gonna start with you.
Awesome.
The Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame has been important to me since I moved out here. I know how important it is to you. You've been involved from day one.
Yes, sir.
My thing, and I'm gonna let you take over with the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame, and the reason why it's Nevada and not Las Vegas is because they recognize anybody who's fought in Nevada.
Yes, sir.
But of course, where you want to fight is Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
And my thing is, no disrespect to any other Hall of Fame or anything like that, but you got to understand that while your fighters are in those Hall of Fames, all those fighters wanted to fight here.
Yes.
In Las Vegas. So I felt like when Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame kicked off, I felt like, yo, this is a no-brainer. You have to have a Hall of Fame in Las Vegas. This is where this is the mecca of boxing. That being said, sir, talk to us about what's going on in this year's Hall of Fame.
So mainly with this Hall of Fame, we are at the historic Orleans Casino this year.
Yeah.
This is going to be our 12th induction gala. Shawn, I think you've been there for almost every single one.
Just about.
Yeah, every single one. And honestly, we're excited because this is going to be the biggest one that we've had so far. We are inducting the 2023 and also 2024 induction class. And the biggest thing that we're going to have, just so you guys know, let me rattle it off. So it's going to be the August 8th through the 10th. It's going to be, we're going to have a meet and greet experience as well, too. Like you've been familiar, you've helped us out with a couple times. We're also going to have a Legends Bowling event with all the greatest boxers as well, too. Mm-hmm. And then we're actually going to have, for the first time ever, we're actually doing the Chico Classic for Diego Corrales, the late and great Diego. And what's great, I was paying attention to the show before here, just to give a shout out to the guys, Curmel, Armando and also the Vargas dynasty. Yeah. We saw them before they were able to, make it on that stage at our Greenbelt Challenge.
Yeah.
Yep. And so, and it's crazy to see the young fighters there when they see a Shawn Porter, when they see a Terrence Crawford, when they see an Evander Holyfield, and they're like, man, I'm about to fight in front of these boxing greats, the energy in that room is really contagious. And then after that, we'll be having the gala as well, to our induction gala. And you can actually visit our website at NVBHOF.com to be able to get any of our 3 tickets available. We have the Ultimate Weekend Pass. I'm going to suggest that. You're just going to be able to see everybody. Usually the fans there are through the roof. But for me, just so you guys know, I mean, I think everybody's a fan of boxing. Even if you've been a great boxer yourself, everybody's a fan of boxing. And just to see the boxers, man, on the greatest night, you know, some of them haven't been in the limelight for 15, 20 years. And just to see them and the fans around them, man, that's what I do it for personally. So just don't miss out, you guys. Don't miss out.
And that's my thing. And I was like, I got to have you guys come back in. Let's keep pushing these tickets. The energy around boxing, I think that is what makes boxing what it is. Once you get past what's going on in the ring, everybody outside of the ring, they come. Now, they truly don't come for the blood. They truly don't come to see the knockdowns. They know that there's an energy that they're going to receive from seeing the greatness that happens. And so what I look at this Hall of Fame as is an opportunity for you to be around the people that you've watched and looked up to and wanted to emulate and wanted to shake hands with and wanted to picture with. Guess what? As I said this on the last one, this is one of the few times where we're actually obligated to take the pictures. We're actually showing up expecting to say hello to y'all. And this is one of the few opportunities that you know exactly where we're going to be. I know people come to a lot of big fights out here and their fingers are crossed that such and such is going to be there. Yes. You know what I mean? I've been waiting to see LeBron at the fight for a long time. Now you ain't got to have your fingers crossed. No. Tell everybody who's going in this year. Just some of the names of some of the guys.
Definitely for the 2024, I would definitely, it's Ishe Smith, Layla McCarter, I believe Mark Martino, and then obviously yourself as well too. And I know this is your podcast, Shawn, but I did want to ask you, brother. Man, I've been a fan of yours for a long time. You've been around at all these events. You've been humble, and and every single time you've been there to honor the other greats. How does it feel to be going in? I know you might not have wrote your speech yet, but
man,
how do you feel, brother?
I was like, all right, cool, right? When I seen the 2024, I was like, all right, cool, Then I seen the 2023 class, and I was like, I seen some of that. I said, okay, this is cool. But it just was cool, you know what I mean?
100%.
I'm on the phone with Michelle the other day, and she kept asking me what's my ring size. And I said, what do you... She said, you know we giving you a ring? I said, I get a ring? She said, yeah, well, you know we do. And I was like, wow. Like, that was when it actually hit me. I've known about this for a couple months now, but it took me realizing that there was going to be an opportunity for me to be celebrated, something that most fighters don't do. We don't celebrate things, you know what I mean? So that was when it really clicked, that you're going to have an opportunity to celebrate, be celebrated, and then this ring is going to go on your hand as almost a symbol of the greatness that you have done and tried to contribute. And that's really what it was always about for me, you know what I mean?
100%.
So, again, NVBHOF.com. The tickets are right there. There's 3 tiers on there. Come hang out with us. Come bowling with us. And y'all already know me. And everybody like me. We going to bowl all night. Man. We going to be in your face. We going to be betting push-ups. It's going to be a great time. The other side... We
teaming up.
You're right. The other side of all that, though, the Chico Corrales, first Chico Corrales tournament starts on Thursday. And then commences on Saturday. When it commences, after it's done on Saturday, I'm getting in the ring. We did the sweepstakes for Given Hour, and the sweepstakes have ended. They're gonna give me winners next week. I'm getting in the ring with 2 of the winners next week. We're gonna go 1 round, just a sparring session, but I want you guys to be there to enjoy it. And Antt's gonna get in the ring. I'm gonna do a round with Antt, and I'm gonna do a round with Zepeda.
Let's go.
And we're just gonna have fun, man. Y'all already know that's what I'm about. Wanted you to come in, man. One more time, push these tickets.
Appreciate
get these
you.
people to see the Hall of Fame and be a part of it. Hall of Fame is always important.
Yep, you're important to us as well too, brother.
I appreciate you, Chase.
We're honored to bring you in.
Yes,
honored
sir.
to bring you in. I'm honored to be there, brother.
My guy Dre had to go get my hair put together the other day, and you shouted out at me and told me that you had an event for the sake of words. You got something that you're doing right now. I said, man, come on and announce this on the podcast, man. I don't want to just announce it for you. I want you to, really tell everybody what you're doing.
So basically, with Alpha Phi Alpha Incorporated, I had a guy who crossed over. He needed to do a charity event. And we want to go back to our roots. We used to give backpacks out. We used to, I'm already community-based. We feed the homeless. We give them water.
He
it's
has
115 degrees out.
A cooler every single day, fills it up with water, and he puts it out there with a sign, free to minimum. That's it. Wow. Just take. I don't care. Just take 2, but have a great day. You know what I mean? So that's who Dre is, man. You've always been a good dude.
Right. So it's very important to me. I feel like I tell people all the time that I just have a pebble. Like, I'm not rich. I have a pebble. I'm throwing it at an 18-wheeler, and it's going to run me over one day, right? But it's my pebble to throw. Yeah. And I chose to throw it at that.
Yeah.
So we went back to some of our roots, right? We're going to do a back-to-school special, right?
Yeah.
And there's a black alumni in coaching, which is through all sports, but the Raiders chapter often comes in our barbershop. A lot of the Raiders chapter come in the barbershop. And they said, hey, buddy, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to do a shoe drive, right? We'll donate some money to you so you can get some shoes.
Beautiful.
So we went and had a meeting with them, and they joked on me. Everybody knows I'm a Broncos fan. I'm in the Raiders tent. I'm telling them I have to take Benadryl. I'm breaking down. They took a picture of me. Yeah. But so they decided, and they came up with a shoe base for us, right? So now we don't even have to collect shoes from you.
Nice.
Right? We're going to give you a new pair of shoes.
Nice.
So we redesigned our website. We asked you to come on our website and register because the shoes are going to be yours. So your parents can go on there, register, tell us how many kids they are, what size they are, and the shoe's going to be brand new to them. It's not even going to be a hand-me-down. It's going to be a brand new pair of shoes. Also, we got Levi to kick in, and they gave us the backpacks.
That's what's up.
Elite Audio gave us some backpacks. People have been giving us supplies, so the backpacks come fully stuffed. Right now, we're working on hygiene kits for kids that's 7th grade and older, and we're just going to give back, and we're just going to have we have it 2 days. On the 10th, we're just going to be give it away, and we have news coming out. We have Power 88 coming out. Nice. It's a snow cone coming out. We got some tacos that day. Nice. And both days we're going to have Raider cheerleaders. We're going to have a silver and black chair with them to take pictures for the kids. People are going to bring cars through. Yeah. And we're just going to give away that day.
It'll be a great time.
On the 11th, although, we'll do all of that. Plus, we're going to be giving out free haircuts. Right? And people have donated to the haircut drive. So I have barbers, and barbers will be working in shifts, and kids can come and get haircuts. And we basically just want to give back to the community. And this is just, last Thanksgiving, I fed 225 people. I'm going to feed 500 this year. Right. So I'm believing in whatever you believe in, whether that's whatever religious base is. I'm believing that this right here is what I'm called to do, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. And you've seen the beginning of it. Right, you seen where we had the boxes, and now we have the bins, and they come by and get their own stuff, and we give them food, and I pay for their food and things like that, right? And I just felt like if I was going to ask people to do it, I had to put my own money where my mouth is. Yep. And now people are helping put money with it, right?
Yes, sir.
And you know what I'm saying? It's just, man, it almost brings me to tears that people have came in and they notice it. They notice it and they want to help, and we can do this for kids. So this is just going to be a special thing for us.
So I got 2 things. Number 1, what's the website that everybody can go to?
It's the blade702.com.
The blade702.com.
Right? They can come there. It's a link. It's a countdown. I apologize anybody who goes on and somebody put June. We have to correct that. It is August 10th and 11th. But as soon as they fill it out, right, and we'll have a cutoff date. Obviously, we have to have a cutoff date because we have to order the shoes. Right? But that's why we're getting it out early. We've been promoting it. I've been getting it to all the gyms that I go to, all the gyms that I teach at, all of that. That's what I've been doing. We've been getting it out there. And man, like I said.
Is it happening right there at the Blade Barbershop?
Right there at the Blade Barbershop.
Give them the address to the Blade Barbershop.
So 7380 Southeastern, suite number 122, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Perfect, man. You did. Thank you for being who you are. And, like you said, this little pebble that you throwing, man. You keep throwing them, you keep getting some more. You keep throwing, you keep getting some more. Every time you grab a pebble, it's a little bit bigger than the
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
One day it's gonna be a boulder.
Yes, sir.
And that's what that leads me into my motivational message. The blade702.com.
Yes.
Sign up now, register. The event happens on August 10th and 11th, right there at the Blade Barbershop on Southeastern. Also, one more thing. This was my second thing. Give everybody your social media real quick.
So we changed it to the Blade Luxury Lounge. That's on Instagram, and it's just the Blade Barbershop on Facebook. Also, so at the Blade Luxury Lounge on Instagram, there's also a link that you can click and also fill out for the kids' shoes.
Perfect. And the reason why I asked you to leave that is because I know that somebody's going to listen to this and they're going to say, how can I do this where I'm at? I want them to be able to reach out to you. You just give them any sort of information. I know that's what you do with your pebbles, man. You throw them to other people, man. Look at me. I'm a little bit like I am now. You've encouraged me to keep going and doing things that I've done as well. You know what I mean? So I definitely wanted to thank you. Hey, we all got pebbles. Don't put them in your pocket. Don't put them in your pocket.
Right.
Take that pebble, believe in that pebble.
Yes,
throw
sir.
that pebble as far as you can throw it. And after you do that, go find another one, all right? You're important. We're all important. Everything that we do counts. Everything that we do matters. So find them pebbles. Keep throwing them pebbles. This is the Porter Way.